The footprints led them down a steep, frozen incline that shimmered with embedded citrus slices and mango peels locked in crystalline amber. Muck's boots squeaked as she slid behind Blop, who had decided that waddling cautiously was safer than walking with purpose. The glowworms above had changed color, now pulsing in slow, rhythmic beats of strawberry pink and lime green. A sign, half buried in snow and clearly conjured by someone who had no grasp of spelling, read, "Smoothie stand, 100 paces, tilde or one heroic leap." No one leapt. They trudged at the base of the hill, tucked between two oversized icicles shaped like spatulas, stood a bizarre little kiosk made entirely of hardened fruit leather and popsicle sticks. Steam rose from a gourd-shaped chimney, curling into the frosty air with the scent of passion fruit, regret, and a hint of burnt pineapple. Behind the counter stood a towering figure covered in patchy blue fur and a slightly stained apron reading Chill Chef Supreme. His name badge was upside down. His hat was made of a hollowed-out cantaloupe, Yeti Chef Yono. He was humming to himself as he operated an enormous, gem-powered blender embedded in a glowing pedestal of enchanted ice. The frost gem, unmistakable even when wedged between two frozen strawberries, pulsed with a faint sapphire light beneath the whirring blades. Blop held up a hand and shouted, "Excuse me, noble frozen culinary practitioner. We come in peace and mild desperation." Yono looked up with a start, dropping a handful of gooseberries into a measuring cup and blinking slowly, as if trying to place where the voices were coming from. "Customers," he rumbled, "or inspectors? If it's health inspectors, I'm legally allowed to defend myself with a ladle." "No," Muck said quickly, waving both arms. "We're just here to ask about the gem powering your rather splendid frozen apparatus." Droop the dragon hovered just above the kiosk and inhaled deeply. "Smells like kiwi mint fusion," he said dreamily. "I could cry." Yono scratched his head with a celery stalk and narrowed his eyes. "I knew someone would come for it eventually. Everyone always does. Can't leave well enough alone. Always. Oh no, the world's melting. Or Yono, you stole an artifact. Or Yono, you've created a sentient snow cone. Never just a good job on the passionfruit swirl. Yono." Blop cleared his throat. "Yes, well, while your mastery of icy blends is undeniable, we do rather need that gem too. You know, save all of Clayrealm." Grumble crossed her arms. "It's also ours." Yono blinked. "Is it?" Muck stepped forward. "Yes, technically, I sealed it years ago to keep the realm from collapsing into temperature chaos. Then I forgot where I left it." Yono raised one fuzzy brow. "You forgot a magical gem that powers reality and didn't even leave a note?" Muck shrugged. "I had a very disorganized spell journal that year." "Relatable," Yono muttered. He turned back to his blender, gave it a pat, and sighed. "Look, I didn't steal it. I found it lodged in a block of enchanted blueberry ice in the upper cavern. It was just sitting there. I thought the universe was giving me a gift. And it makes the SMOOTHIS ... transcendent." Droop had landed by now and was already sipping a glowing cup. "Confirmed," he whispered, dazed. Grumble gestured to the crown-shaped satchel at her side. "Our kingdom is literally melting without that gem. Without it, ever cheese will become never cheese. You don't want to be responsible for that, do you?" Yono hesitated. "I don't like guilt. Makes my fur itchy." Butterknife piped up from Blob's belt. "We're prepared to offer compensation." Yono looked interested. "Like what?" "I'm banned from most markets. Not because I did anything wrong, but because of general inconvenience." Grumble opened her satchel and slowly withdrew a wax-sealed velvet pouch. She placed it on the counter with reverence. "This is a truffle brie token, 3rd edition, signed by King Grumble himself. Worth 6,000 cheese coins and a guaranteed place at the Royal Fondue Feast." Yono gasped. "Fondue Feast? They haven't held that since the Great Melting." Grumble nodded solemnly. "And this token will get you in." There was silence as the wind outside howled dramatically for emphasis. Yono reached out, touching the pouch with a trembling paw. "For this, I will surrender the gem." After one last blend, Muck sighed, "Deal." Yono carefully removed the frost gem from the blender, swirling it in the air with practiced flair. He whispered an incantation in a language that sounded suspiciously like dessert recipes. With a final flick, he placed the gem gently into a ceramic box lined with banana leaves and offered it to Blop. "Handle it gently. It's overused, a little cracked, but still sparkly." Blop nodded as he received it. "We will return it to its rightful place." "Thank you, chef." Yono was already refilling his blender. "You ever need catering, I travel." Unless it's uphill, as the team turned to leave, Droop looked back longingly. "Do we have time for just one more smoothie?" Blop rolled his eyes. "Only if we can sip and sprint." With the frost gem finally in their hand, slightly chipped, but still radiating chilly hope, the team stepped out of the smoothie-scented sanctuary and back into the frozen wind. Their mission was only half complete. The castle awaited, the crown still dripped. The goose still threatened, but for the first time in their chaotic journey, there was a shared look between them, not of doubt or dread, but of something quietly solid, determination. And maybe a hint of berry aftertaste.